Today I am sharing exactly how I'm trading the EURUSD as we head into this week's FOMC on Wednesday, and we're also going to take a look at the latest on the DXY. So by the time you guys finish watching this video, you'll know exactly how I'm looking to trade this pair over the coming weeks. So with the EURUSD, we talked about over the weekend how last week did close above some key levels. So on the weekly chart, you can see here, we've got the EURUSD trading back above areas like 1.035. So this area back here, these lows, and resistance here. So last week closed above. It also closed above all these lows from back here and also these highs around 1.046. So that's where we're seeing the EURUSD bounce from today. No surprise there. So at the moment, we have to respect the upside potential here from the EURUSD. All right, so anything I talk about today, we have to respect that potential while the market is above 1.046. And really, you can make the case that it's 1.044 simply because we do have a daily imbalance right here off of this high. So we could technically see the euro come down here and test this level, take out today's low, and then bounce from here. But the bottom line is, as long as the EURUSD is above this area this week, we do have to respect the bullish potential toward levels like 1.0615. Okay, so last week's close puts the EURUSD back within this range. Okay, so it did reclaim this area down here. And so going into FOMC, I am not looking to short the EURUSD until we get one of two things. All right, the first one would be to see the EURUSD come up here and test levels like 1.0687. So you can see that back here, we've talked about 1.0615. This is going to be range resistance up here. But the only way that I'm going to short a market like this is one of two things. First of all, we have to see support fail. So this area down here fail with the EURUSD getting below it, or I have to see a sweep of range highs. Okay, so I want to trade the extremes here ideally, and that means that coming up here and taking out these highs and also filling in imbalances like this back here from November. So you can see that we have these two lows right back here. We got the breakdown from the euro, and there was no retrace into this candle. So this is the pocket that I'm watching over the coming days. Again, we do have FOMC coming up. I'm not sure if the euro can get up here over the next few days, but if it takes a week, if it takes 2 weeks, even 3 weeks, I'm totally fine with that. I'm in no rush to trade this. I'm never in a rush to trade any market. So we'll see what we get here over the coming days. But this up here is going to be interesting because, again, it is an open imbalance from November. And furthermore, there is some confluence here because if we look at this range from late September, okay, so this high back here, down here to the recent low, if we take a look at this range and map out our fibs based on this high from back here and this recent low in January, what you'll notice is that we have the 50% coming in right there around that same imbalance. Okay, those two lows right back here, right around 1.0687. So again, this is going to be a very interesting area over the coming days if we do see a retest up here to the point that I would be looking for, again, a sweep of these highs back here and then a failure from here and a move back within this range for the short down here towards some of these key levels. Now, there's no guarantee that we see the euro get up that high. If it doesn't, and this area down here, again, 1.044 does fail over the coming days, especially following FOMC. If we were to get a close back below here, then I would be looking for shorts against this level toward some of these key levels down here. Okay, so, really simple, one of two things here for the EURUSD. And the reason I'm looking for shorts here, okay, I want to be very clear about this. People might be wondering, why are you only looking for shorts? Why not play the long side from support down here into levels like this? And first of all, we do have FOMC coming up, so I'm not going to put on a position ahead of FOMC. And that's key, right? If you're buying down here, you're doing that ahead of FOMC, a couple days ahead of FOMC, and that can be a dangerous move with the volatility that we're likely to see on Wednesday. So that's first and foremost. And the second thing is, I'm not a trend trader, so I'm not looking to capitalize on this trend. I'm looking to either trade a failure at this level here to take advantage of the bearish momentum we've seen since September, or I'm looking to trade the extreme on a sweep of these highs up here. All right, that's just me personally. That's how I like to trade. That's how I've found success over the years. Now, let's take a look at the DXY. And if you guys do want to join us in VIP, be sure to click on the link in the description of this video for 85% off lifetime access. We talk about markets every day in there in real time. I share my trades in real time, and members also get VIP only videos. So the community is in Discord, so it's real time discussions on all of these markets. Now, let's take a look at the DXY, the US dollar index. And this is one reason too why I'm not interested in longing the euro right now, because if you'll notice here, the DXY did come into this support that I mentioned in the weekly forecast. So if you saw the weekly forecast, what I mentioned here for the DXY was this area right up here, starting at 107.815. So off of this closing price right back here, and this extends up toward about 108 or just above. Now, you can see where today's high was right off of that 107.815 level. However, you can also see where this daily imbalance back here, okay, this support level was tested here today, and we are seeing the DXY bounce. Now, it's unclear if this is going to continue, this bounce is going to continue, because in order for that to happen, the market would have to close back above here. Okay, so if we got the EURUSD closing back below 1.044 and the DXY closing back above this 108 area, then that would show USD strength. But this right here, this retest right here, combine them with the fact that we have FOMC coming up on Wednesday, that's why I'm not looking to long the euro right now. Okay, so if you look here at the EURUSD, it might look like we have, smooth sailing up here toward these highs, but this right back here, okay, this level combined with that DX level we just looked at, this is why I am not looking to long this market. Okay, FOMC is coming up. We have it hitting resistance today. We have the DXY coming into that support that I talked about over the weekend, and so I am not comfortable looking for longs on the euro. Okay, so again, bottom line here, guys, is we either see the DXY reclaim levels like 108 to get long the US dollar. At least that's what I'm doing. This is never financial advice. Or we see it come down here and test this quarterly FVG, this fair value gap, also an imbalance. Okay, and that's the thing too, guys. When I talk about imbalances, we're talking about fair value gaps. And the reason this is a fair value gap or an imbalance is if you look here at the quarterly time frame, you can see something similar on the monthly as well. But if you ignore all of these levels, because, again, obviously on a quarterly chart like this, they do get a little bit messy. But if you look back here, we have this high right here on the quarterly time frame. Now, this quarterly candle broke all of these highs. Okay, so if we see the DXY come down here in this area, there is a very good chance that we see a bounce back up here toward levels like 108, potentially higher. So we either get this down toward 106 from the DXY or a reclaim back above 108. That is it. Outside of that, guys, I really don't want to trade these markets, especially knowing that FOMC is coming up. Okay, so essentially the inverse of the EURUSD, but it can provide some insights here, especially levels like this around 107, because in my opinion, this here on the DXY is a lot more obvious than this level on the EURUSD. Okay, so speaking of this one right back here, yes, it's resistance, but not really looking that strong here on the DXY, that you can see where this imbalance back here is incredibly significant, and that's where we're seeing the market bounce. All right, so again, we either get the DXY, reclaiming this level up here, right, for USD longs, or we get the market coming down here, testing this quarterly FEG, maybe a little bit lower, but down here somewhere around 106. All right, one of those two scenarios I'm interested in playing. And as for the EURUSD, like I said, we either get the close back below 1.044 for the short, or we get the market coming up here, taking out this high, moving up here toward these range highs, taking these out, sweeping that liquidity above, and filling in that imbalance from back here in November. Okay, so one of those two scenarios, either this one down here or this one, and I will be looking for shorts on the EURUSD. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. Don't forget to join us in VIP. Claim your 85% off lifetime access. See the link in the description of this video, or if you're on the website, click on that join VIP link. Trade well out there, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.